right, I am going to show you how I made this doors and window layout for my Halloween. This was originally shown on the Creative Life Scrapbooking 2020 Fall Blog Hop, and I used some 6x12 peekaboo pockets to make doors with some wood grain paper. You open it up inside and you use another 6x12 pocket on each side to extend it. And then that way it's almost like you're looking inside a house. And I even made some little windows that you can look into. And I just thought it was a lot of fun. I know not everybody's crazy about Halloween. So I also recently did an alternative layout. My son has been in the Nutcracker for the last 4 years, and I don't know if you've ever seen the Balanchine Nutcracker, but it starts off with Fritz and Marie sleeping outside some huge red doors, and that is what I have recreated here. So if you lean more towards Christmas and you want to do a Christmas layout, you can do that too. The whole point is just to show you that with these 6x12 peekaboo pockets and these 4x6 peekaboo pockets, you can do a house with windows and doors for any type of subject you can think of. A beach house, a farm wedding, a barn, anything, a schoolhouse, so many different things. So this is what I did for the Nutcracker. So just start thinking in your mind, what is it that you would like to make your doors and windows layout for? It's really not that hard. I'll have to admit, this Nutcracker one did take me a little bit of time because I wanted it to look just like the Balanchine set. But let's just look at a simpler one just for the purposes of what we're doing. And I do have handouts that show you what you need, what supplies you need. We need 4 6x12 peekaboo pockets. They are here. We need 2 4x6 peekaboo pockets. Those are the most important things, of course. That's what makes the doors and the windows. We're going to use 2 12x12 top loading sleeves. And the great thing about these are they come loaded with PhotoSafe cardstock, which we can actually use to make our shutters if we're going to do some windows, which you may or may not want to do, but you can. And we also need the Baroque punch and maybe some bronze, copper, or gold cardstock because you're going to make some little door handles. And let's see, what else do we need? Designer paper. So in this instance, I have on the inside a paper pack that was called Literary Romance. It really does not matter. You know, on this side, I actually just have the white cardstock like I mentioned. So the most important thing is the doors and the front of the house, and you can also decorate it here if you want. There's different things you can do with that, but let's get started. Okay, so if we're going to recreate something like this, what we want to do first is get our wood grain cardstock, because that's going to be our front door, and we're just going to take our we want to get it to a 6x12 size, so we're going to take our 12-inch trimmer. Let's pull this little bar out so we can see the 6-inch mark. Slide our paper in, get it flush to the top, 6 inches. There we go. Okay, so here are our doors. Put those over to the side right now. Like I mentioned previously, the white cardstock inside of our 12x12 top loading sleeves is PhotoSafe. You can use it. So I'm going to go ahead and take that out. Let's go ahead and take that first one out and do the exact same thing that we did with the wood grain paper. Take it out. All right, got that. Let's put that over to the side, like so. Okay, so what we're going to do next is get our other one out. Let's just go ahead and get it out because this is what we're going to use to make shutters later. Okay, so now that we've done that, what we need to do is get our 12x12 top loading pages. Make sure the holes up top and the hinges are on the inside for our layout, like so. Make sure the holes up top. Perfect. Okay, let's go ahead and make those bronze door knockers. Sliding this cardstock in where the black line is, push down, push it through. There we go. Okay, we'll just knock the excess over here. All right, cut these probably just trim a little bit off here. There we go. So these will go on our wood grain doors. Okay, easy. All right, so those go there. Now, the next thing we want to do is get out our 4 peekaboo pockets. 6 by 12, that is. We need 4 of them. I love these things. Especially now that I figured out we can make doors out of them. 1, 2. They come with 6 in there, so you'll have two left over once you make this project. I'll go ahead and just put those down to the side. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 for each side. Perfect. Okay, now remember that wood grain paper that you had? We're going to get 1 for each side. We're going to get our bronze knockers or door handles, whatever you want to think of them as. Let's see. I'm right here and here. Let's make sure they're even with one another. I'm sure an architect would not want that to look. You can barely see it. It blends in pretty good. Okay, let's get our repositionable tape since this stuff is so lacy. Love this repositionable tape. It's great for things like this that have little holes in them that you would not want to see white adhesive poking through. Okay, just like this. Okay, and let's do the same on the other one. All right, good deal. Okay, so now is when you have to start paying attention to orientation. What I want you to do with your 6 by 12 peekaboo pockets is start feeling around this part right here where the adhesive is and where you peel it off. It's gonna matter where the adhesive peels off. Okay, good. I found it. It's on the back facing the table. That's where I want it to be. Because what I'm going to do right now, and I'm going to have to admit, it's easier to do when there's paper in your peekaboo pockets. Just something to keep in mind. But we already took the paper out because we're going to cut it up. So just something to keep in mind. So what I'm doing is I'm laying it down on top of it here, making sure the edges are flush. And I'm going to peel this back off. All right. Peel that off just like that. All right, and I'm gonna wrap it around. Can you see what I'm doing? You want it to be flush. Very important that it's flush because this is basically these are hinges. Might be easy to flip it over. Once you've gotten it how you want it, go ahead and just flip it over. I think you can work with it better that way. And let's see if we can get it just like that. And start to fold it over. Make sure it's even. No air bubbles. When I was making the Nutcracker one, I have to admit, I had to pull it up and down a few times just to get it just right. You just don't want it to be uneven. But it's forgiving, which is the good news. And I'm sure there's a better way to do it than what I do, but this is how I'm doing it, and it did work out. So just kind of push down evenly. Okay, so now you can flip it over. All right, now what we're going to do is we are going to, that's weird. Oh, okay, sorry. We're going to take our other one. Again, it matters where it is. Let's figure out where it's, okay, peel it off. This is actually going underneath because you don't want this to show on top. So what I'm going to do here is, same thing, lay it down, make sure it's even and flush, just like that. Okay, so now what you've got here is the right side, my right side. It's a hinge. Okay, and so we can now slide our door in, slide the wood in. It's gonna be your door. We cut it to fit. Nice. Okay, and let's get that white cardstock that we had. Remember that from the beginning? Let's figure out where this opening is for the cardstock to go in. That's going to be on this side. All right, slide that in. the front of your house, the right side. All right, cool. Okay, now we're going to repeat everything on the left. So I am going to stop the video and go ahead and do this part of it, and then once you've done that, we'll resume the video and we will put the windows on, and maybe if we want to do any enhancements down here like a picket fence or shrubbery or something like that, we could definitely do that. But just remember, you want to take the 6x12, wrap it around the outside, fold the adhesive over the back of it, then you attach the second one so you can put the door on. Okay, so I'm going to stop the video for now and you work on that.